we're back. I'm Jared Hall coming to you from Entertainment Weekly's live studio here at Comic-Con 2022. Got another interview for you guys right now teed up. It's Justin Long. Hello, hello. How are you?
Hello, Jared. Hi. How are you all?
Yeah.
You can't answer.
Speaking to the world out there at large. Yeah. Well, welcome back to Comic-Con.
Yes.
How long has it been since you were here? I mean, minus, the last 3 years when no one was here.
What do you mean?
Right?
No.
Oh, you were here.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I came. I came by myself. Nobody was here, but I still showed up for
walking
Comic-Con.
through the convention center.
Yeah, hello.
Roaming the streets in a costume.
Yeah, my costumes from characters I played.
Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't been here in probably about 10 years.
Oh, wow.
It's been a while.
Well, truly, then welcome back.
It's nice to be back, and it's nice to see. It's nice to see people at all.
So true. Yeah,
people in masks, but like different kinds of masks.
Good point. I have seen some really cool decorated ones. Trying to like incorporate into their costume. So that's So people putting in a lot of effort on those for sure.
I just saw a guy leaving the studio. He had this Bill Nye the Science Guy mask. That was like
that was uncanny, right?
Yes.
That was really impressive.
He was just a fan who
wandered up here for sure. Yeah. Well, let's talk about Barbarian.
Yeah.
Okay, because you've done some fun, if not like offbeat horror stuff in the past, which so appreciate that you like take those kind of swings for stuff, because a lot of people would be scared of that kind of stuff. But when it's in the right hands, you're in good hands. But what specifically was the appeal for you with this one?
It's a boring answer, but am I sitting like this because you're sitting like this?
Probably.
I don't know.
Should we sit upside down?
I just realized I never really sit like this. This is a new position for me.
Well, good.
But now I don't know.
Yeah. It's because it's a low couch.
It is a low couch, and I want to. Yes, I want to be near you, but also come. It was the script. I just love the script so much. It was. I know it's a boring answer, but it was so engaging, so scary. Well, I mean, like scary and unexpected. And I've read a lot of horror scripts, and I've, as you mentioned, I've done a few of those movies, and so it's hard to find. It's very rare to find something that breaks the convention and is that unique and original.
Right. Well, I mean, scary, and I mean, it incorporates some kind of real life horrific stuff that people have experienced. Your character's not exactly a likable guy.
No, hopefully not. If you're enjoying him, it says something about you probably. He is pretty despicable, and he's done some pretty awful things, and so that was fun to get to play somebody like that.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, even more appealing, like, give me a shot at this guy who, because it's a challenge to then. I don't know. Do you want to redeem a character still in a way, or you at least want to give people a reason to know him, think about him?
Yeah, you have to find a way to humanize somebody like that, and so I try. I couldn't fortunately connect to those awful things that he had done that you mentioned, and I'm sorry to be cryptic, but it's one of those movies you don't want to spoil.
Nope.
It's which is hard for me because I have such a big mouth, So I'm like, and I really like this movie, so I want to. I just want to tell everyone, but I'm not allowed to. Or an assassin in a Mickey Mouse outfit will shoot a poison.
I think I saw them outside.
Yeah. No, but I also don't want to ruin. It's like so we got to see it last night, and it was so fun to watch it with an audience. It's one of those movies where you just want to be. It's such a visceral experience. A lot of like, don't go in there, and nervous laughter.
Could you hear people like kind of like, oh my god, this guy, like
yes, and they would yell instructions at the lead is Georgina Campbell, who's so good in it. She's an incredible actress, but she does things in the movie that this was Zach, the writer, was smart. He wrote her character as very, very smart, and so she would do things that I think anybody else would do. And he realistically closed all of her avenues for escape. So the audience is. Sometimes out loud they would say, "The keys, get the keys," or "Look over there," whatever it is, like yelling as if she's going to hear them on screen, and look out and say, "Yes, the keys."
Thank you for that tip, you guys. Yeah. It does something interesting too, where there's this kind of, I guess we'll call it a detour that goes into it's the 80s, right?
Yes, you mean when they kind of jump around with time a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, okay, I don't know if like if I would be reading the script, I would be like, I don't understand how this is going to work, but did it all make complete sense to you?
In the end, the script was, as I was reading it, which is why it was so intriguing. Things were slow reveals, so there were very gradual reveals, and I had never read anything like that. And that's hard to do with horror because everything's been done for the most part, and which is why they're redoing everything. And so to read a truly original story, and then the way Zach told the story was it's just cool. I almost said fucking cool, and then I realized I can say fucking
it's fine.
cool.
You said,
and it's an R-rated movie, and it's fucking cool.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a fucking cool movie.
It fits.
So, yes. Yeah. Wow, I feel cool.
You got that out.
Yeah. Well, all right, now I can
the rest of your Saturday will feel it.
Yeah. Like urinate.
Well,
no.
That'll make a different video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm finally
someone
free
at
to do what I
Comic-Con
want.
someone at Comic-Con will enjoy that, though.
There's an audience for that.
There absolutely is, for sure. When you were reading the script, did you get any kind of, I mean, you're talking about, like, you know, it's hard to be original. Were there any, though, moments where you were like, oh, I feel like maybe inspiration from this film or that film or filmmakers?
Definitely. Zach, it was clear that he was a fan of horror movies and the classics. And yes, there were homages to a lot of winks to some of the classics. And I'm not saying this is a classic, but there's also a wink to a very, like, obvious, I think, nod to Jeepers Creepers. And so in a self-referential way, I was like, oh, yes, very, very good. Yeah.
I just watched that recently, so that's... it's like
you'll
top of mind now. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see. It's not. You'll get it, I think.
Got it. What do you prefer more? A character that audiences like or that they hate?
What do I prefer to play?
Yeah, to play. Mm-hmm.
Well, I've gotten to play so many more likable parts that I would love to play. You know, this getting to do this guy was really fun. It was so different. He was, and there was something kind of liberating about getting to be that despicable, you know, and that's your job, like you're supposed to be. So it was fun. I never gotten to really explore that side of myself, which I try to repress.
I would hope.
No, but I would prefer to do that. Yeah.
It certainly sounds like more fun. Mike Judge was here the other day. We chatted a little bit about Idiocracy and yes, exactly for that, Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
We chatted a little about Idiocracy, and you were talking about, you know, like even with horror movies, they're kind of like rehashing old ideas.
That's now kind of a horror movie.
Well, right. That's why. It really is. Have you been thinking a lot about that title?
It's come up a lot in the last couple of years. People have been referencing it. I've been hearing more chatter about it. Mike is brilliant, as you know, and I love him so much. I have been thinking there are moments, you know, where I'm watching the world from whatever, you know, vantage point I have, and it feels like that movie is kind of coming true, unfortunately, in a lot of ways. But to me, it was just a day in Austin 15 years ago that I got to have fun with somebody that I looked up to so much. I loved Mike Judge. He left me my outgoing message. I asked him if he would, because I was working with Stephen Root that day, and Stephen had we had just done Dodgeball, and he had done my outgoing message on Dodgeball I asked him to do it on that. So he did Milton on my outgoing message, and he said, "Yes, this is Justin's phone," and you know, whatever. Yeah. And so I said to Stephen a year later when we were doing Idiocracy, I said, "Do you think Mike would do Beavis and Butthead for me?" And he said, Steve said, he's got a weird thing with MTV at the time, and so I wouldn't bring it up. And I said, okay. So later that night we're in Austin, and you know, Austin is having some drinks, and we were and I said, Mike, let me ask you, do like idiots ever come up to you and say, hey, can you do Beavis and Butthead for my outgoing message, you know, on their machine? And he goes, yeah, sometimes. Do you want me to do yours? And I said, yeah, it'd be great. And so
funny you should ask.
Yeah, and he did it. And he but the first take he messed up, and I wish I had kept that one because he goes, that's a Justin phone.
Yeah. Leave a message.
oh, sorry, I kind of messed that up. Let me try it again.
Well,
and I wish I had left that one of him doing Butthead or Beavis into his actual voice.
Do you still have the recording?
I had it for a couple years, and I used to do like impressions on my outgoing message. And I remember I had some friends call me and leave messages, and they said, with that Beavis and Butthead message, and they'd say, not your best. Not your best impression.
Well,
that's the guy.
That's the real thing.
That's the real thing.
That's the real
I
thing.
don't have. That was years ago. Now I have my grandmother and she's since passed away, so I can't bring
Yo,
myself to
no,
change
you
it.
can't.
No, no.
Yep, I understand that.
Yeah.
Well,
Not as
look,
funny.
No, but I mean, sentimental and great for its own reasons. Yeah. Well, congratulations on everything.
Sorry to end on that note, by
No,
the way.
no, not at all.
My grandmother's dead. Yeah.
It happens. The movie, when's it out?
September 9th.
There you go.
September 9th, Barbarian. It's really scary, really fun.
All right, check it out. Justin, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for being here.
Thank you
All
for
right,
having
thanks so
me.
much. We'll be back with more interviews from Comic-Con. Stay tuned.